Citroën went out on a limb with this car. It had dozens of innovations that had never been seen in a car before. And for it to have resonated with the public like that, it almost feels, in some respects, like Nirvana was to the music world. Nirvana was a band that could have cared less about being rock stars. It changed the music business. In many ways, I think this car changed the automotive world and was incredibly popular, while being incredibly esoteric. My name is Jeff Suhy. I have a 1969 and a half Citroen DS 21. When the Citroen DS was launched in 1955, it was the most revolutionary car that had ever been released. One of the most important industrial designs of the 20th century. That car had single-handedly reinvented the whole genre of a car, from the hydraulic suspension to the safety engineering built into it with the high turn signals. The engine on a front impact would slide under the car. You have these headlights that turn and they self-level, and no matter how much weight you put in the car, there's a really clever self-leveling mechanism that keeps the car level. A fiberglass roof that keeps the center of gravity lower so the car handles better. 12,000 pre-orders of the Citroen DS in the first day after the 1955 Paris Auto Show, and went on to sell over 1 million over a 20-year lifespan. So many little steps that are part of driving this car and owning this car that you just have to relax and you have to enjoy. Probably the most comfortable car that's ever been made. And you just have to sit in it and ride in it to get that experience. It's fantastic. The engine is bulletproof. It's derived from the traction Avant, so it's an engine that dates back into the 30s and 40s. While it doesn't have a lot of horsepower, it's very efficient on fuel. I started in the Midwest with sort of Midwest sensibility, so very conservative, no complaining. When I moved to Los Angeles and got into the music business, I found myself gravitating towards increasingly esoteric things, getting into collecting tube electronics and fan mail, and some manifestation of that in the vehicle reality for myself was the Citroen, because I always loved the shape. I found a Citroen SM that was Tommy Chong's car, bought it in a fairly naive purchase that ended up swallowing about 5 years of my life and many thousands of dollars. But it was a 10-year journey to get to the point where I found my ultimate Citroen. Because of the complexity of the hydropneumatic system and because of the poor quality of steel that was used, the car required a very rigid maintenance schedule over the lifetime of the car. And my dream was to find one that was a one owner, that had been maintained by a Citroen mechanic that would have worked at a Citroen shop and had been in one of the climates where it was conducive to the car surviving. This one finally came up. It was in San Francisco area, and it was owned for 40 years by the same owner, serviced by the same mechanic who was at the Citroen dealership. The gentleman that I bought the car from took the Palace, is what the car originally was, and stripped it down when he redid the body. So there's a simplicity in the purity of the shape, the form comes through. I think it's early on in the appreciation of the Citroen DS. I don't necessarily know that I wish for it to become more popular. I actually really enjoy having sort of occupying my own little, corner of the classic car world. The lack of understanding of the car actually makes it a lot of fun too, because people do look at you and wonder how it is that you're able to drive this car around as a daily driver. I've had a few cars over the years where I thought that I was going to keep the car forever. And most of those cars were on the way to this car. So this car, I can say with pretty high level of confidence that this is a long-term relationship.